the point of pickup isn't for you to trick her into doing something that she doesn't already want to do. It's not to force her to do anything that she doesn't want to already do either. The goal isn't to use NLP tricks to say, oh, banana, I like bananas, and then she thinks about sex and then she wants to have sex with you. What a load of bullshit. What a load of bullshit that is. Girls don't approach you, okay? Girls don't take the initiative ever. So the main goal of pickup is to, and this is why generally I push more of an indirect sort of a method, not laying your heart out there, laying your soul on the line, professing your love for her, telling her how beautiful she is. I recommend you get into a conversation and you build the ability to read whether she is attracted to you or not, and helping her to do something that she already wants to do. Some guys talk about IOIs. Sure, IOI is an indicator. An IOI is when a girl looks at you and you get the impression that she might be attracted to you, so you go and approach her. Sure, that's one of a million different indications. But I don't think that she has to have looked at you and licked her lips and, hey there big boy, come over, and then you go and approach her and then you try to make it happen. I think you can do cold approach and get into sets, get into conversations, and while you're in that conversation you can read whether she's interested in you or not. She might not have seen you, you've come over, you started up a conversation, and then she's like, inside she's not going to tell you you're attractive, she's not going to give you any real indication. She's going to show subtle signs that you should be able to read, and she might decide up here, she might go, oh, he's not that bad, I'm willing to give him a chance, I might be willing to date him, you see? And it's your job to get in there without laying it on too thick and showing a lack of social awareness, being able to read the signs. And if she thinks that, she's going to show signs, her body language, where her eyes are looking, the way she's talking to you. There's going to be a multitude of signs that she's going to give you. And then what you can do is then you can help her to date you. That's really one of the key things that when I realized this a long time ago, that was the being changer for me, is that I didn't need to go around making a fool of myself, being this doormat, telling every girl that she's pretty and have a nice day and you are wonderful, and boosting the egos of women across the board, which is damaging society. It really is. I think we've got to the point where a 4 out of 10 thinks she's a 10. I've been recently watching Kevin Samuels since I heard about his death. That guy just said it how it was. I wish I knew about him earlier. Some of his videos where he's asking girls what do they rate themselves out of 10, they're like, I'm a 10, I'm a 9, and he says you can't say 7. So they're either saying 8 or 6, and most of them are probably 5s or 4s. And the type of girl that wants dating advice is probably a 4 or a 3 or a 2, and she doesn't even know it. And having guys cold approach her and tell her she's pretty and beautiful not only puts all of their egos through the ceiling, it also hurts you when that 4, because deep down you know that's a 4, and you're like, hey, I think you're really pretty, she's overweight, she's a 4, and you're telling her she's pretty, and then the 4 turns around and tells you, oh, sorry, I'm not interested in you. Then it hurts a lot more, right? So you don't need to really just go out there and just denigrate society with your fake, no depth to it compliments. And if you get into conversations just about something, worst type of conversation to get into is the weather. But let's just say you did. You can talk about the weather. That's probably the worst conversation you could get into, but let's just say you did. You don't need to flip it and say, oh, you're so beautiful like this day. It's just like, oh, sorry, you just got rejected by another 4, and then it hurts your feelings, and it's like death by 1,000 cuts, 10 every time you get rejected by a 4. Getting into a conversation and being able to read the signs whether she is interested in you. If she's looking for reasons to leave the conversation, let her go. If she's not showing any signs that she wants to stick around, or there's any compliance, it's like she needs to go somewhere, she doesn't want to talk to you, let her go. Because if you feel it around and feel it with you have a good understanding and that can come with practice, you can get into conversations indirectly, not blow out the location, not make a fool of yourself, and keep that inner game going where you're not hurting yourself by making a fool of yourself and being a doormat so that they can just rub their shoes all over your feelings every time you get rejected by a 2. I wouldn't recommend approaching 2s, but I guess practicing on 2s might be good. You can practice on a 2, I guess, especially if you're new. But reading the signs whether she's actually interested in you or not is it's valuable. It's extremely valuable. So if you can do that, get in there, read the signs. She's interested in me. I'm reading the tea leaves. She's showing body language. She seems happy to be talking to me. Not because I'm giving compliments or making dad jokes and she's laughing at it and just appeasing me in the moment. She's showing real signs of interest. Then you can move it forward. Pickup is really about helping her to date you because she already wants to, but she can't take the initiative because she's a woman. So hopefully that makes sense. And oh, it's a beautiful day out here. It's almost as beautiful as you. See you guys in the next video.